Oh look, they keep fighting. Not only I am interested in watching, huh? Welcome in my world. Hello guys, how are you today? Do you feel great? I feel great. I feel dead inside but still awesome. Your first scorpion, your second scorpion, your fifth, 10th. What do scorpions eat? How do you feed your scorpion? Tell me. Me personally, I am what I eat. So pretend Mountain Dew today. I lift weights, so give me a break. The fundamental question number 2, right after the question what scorpion you should buy as a first, what do scorpions eat? This can be a broader question. What arachnids eat? All kinds of arachnids, spiders, tarantulas, true spiders, solifugas. And the short answer is roaches. But let's break it down. Let's start from the beginning, okay? So scorpions are ambush predators. So they prefer to wait for the victim instead of actively looking for it, like majority of the scorpions, okay? In general, scorpions are ambush predators, so they wait in the burrow for a good opportunity. So, just because of that, they eat everything that can fit to their size, to be honest. Big scorpions eat even small mammals, lizards. In captivity, roaches is all you can get, to be honest. Of course there's more, but I will tell you in a minute why you shouldn't feed your scorpion with particular things. So what scorpions should not eat? Larvas, for example. This is what I avoid. I used to feed, my first feeding attempt to any scorpion was mealworms. But keeping mealworms, they turn into an insect very fast. This is not a good source of nutrients, to be honest. They are too fat. Same with any larvas, especially superworms. Superworms are too fat, are too strong. Literally, how they move, how they make moves. This is very strong movement. It's not very unrealistic scenario when a superworm movement tear off the scorpion's pedipalp. This is how strong they are. Also, they have a very strong bite. They can cut to plastic, so they can harm scorpion quite easily. I do not recommend any kind of larvas. Period. You should pick the size of the prey pretty carefully, because if it is too big, scorpion will leave a lot, and so you have to clean the leftovers, unless you have a cleaning crew in your tank. But in a desert terrarium you don't have. So it is pretty easy to start a fungus colony in that case. Should be smaller than their body. To me, like Turkish cockroach is like an ultimate meal because the variety of the sizes. Let's go through different types of roaches, and I will tell you the advantages and disadvantages of using them as a food. We can start from Turkish roach, which is a Blatta lateralis. So the smaller ones fit to the smallest scorpions. So if you have a scorpions, even from the very small species, like I don't know, Hyarillus, for example, the freshly born Turkish cockroaches, so-called pinheads, are perfect to their size. It's available as an adult. Adult Turkish cockroach is about, I don't know, 3 centimeters, maybe 4. They are fast and they are active. And that's it. I don't have any advantages behind this. I hate Turkish cockroaches because they are too fast. If they escape, you have milliseconds to catch it. Adult one escaped me today. I was not able to catch him. It is under the furniture. Happens all the time, to be honest. Just because how fast they are, it is some kind of an advantage because scorpion like to hunt for active prey. So this is something that can wake your scorpion hunting instinct, you know? Now, when we talk about disadvantages of Turkish cockroaches, so the speed is one, and the second is that They breed quite easily. Turkish cockroaches, I live in Poland, so conditions are far worse here than in Turkey. But they will always find the right spot in your apartment, humid enough, hot enough. They will lay eggs and they will reproduce. So it is like the continuation of the first disadvantage. They fast, they escape, they will breed infestation. You know? And when they escape, I recommend to catch them as fast as possible, active at night. So don't fool yourself, you won't find them during a day. But if you want to catch them, I recommend the sticky traps. Something that I have always in few places in my apartment. Whatever escapes, I will find it in the trap. I have only problem with the biggest Turkish cockroaches because this is another disadvantage. They are super intelligent. You know, it's not easy to cast them into a sticky trap when they are adults. They know things, you know. They are surprisingly smart. Can I call a bug smart? There must be some kind of intelligence in this one. So it works as a disadvantage because if you don't feed your scorpion by hand, like scorpion don't have not in the mood for eating, and you will leave the cockroach there, Turkish cockroach there inside the tank, they can hide, they can avoid scorpion. Especially if you have a terrarium with a lot of holes, a lot of, you know, surfaces to climb, you know, they will always sit there beyond the scorpion reach. And if they learn that in this particular part of the terrarium there is a burrow, they will avoid this burrow. So if scorpion will not eat, I recommend to remove it. I mean, leave it for a night, but if scorpion will not hunt during a night, just take it out. Still, the disadvantages of Turkish cockroach doesn't really matter because you gotta have them. This is the pillar of your scorpion diet. I hate Turkish cockroaches, I have to admit. There is no guilty in me when I use them as a food, as a prey. I don't care about these bastards, to be honest. Number 2, dubia. So Argentinian roach, Laptica dubia. This is a slightly, well, not actually slightly, a bigger roach comparing to a Turkish one. The advantage of dubia is that they are slower than Turkish cockroach. They are good feeders. I like them a lot because they eat a lot. So it's pretty easy to stuff them with nutrients, and just like I am what I eat, scorpions are what they eat. They are also very easy to breed. So if you have 10-20 examples, you can start calling quite easily. The disadvantage is that they are quite tough and armored. So scorpion often need to put in more effort to kill them. Is that really a disadvantage? This is a good exercise for the scorpion, to be honest. They are stronger than Turkish cockroaches. So it is always a bigger effort for a scorpion to hunt, to kill. The disadvantage of dubia is that they dig themselves to a substrate. It is preferred to feed your scorpion by hand in that case. If you leave dubia in the terrarium, probably it will disappear in the substrate. So they are diggers, just like the scorpions. But this works in case of, you know, because it's not very easy to put Turkish cockroach into a burrow. They're smart. They won't go very down. But dubia is different. Dubia will go down. If you put it into a hole, it will go down. So this is an advantage and disadvantage at the same time, that they dig themselves out. Number 3. And number 3 is crickets and locusts. I don't have them because I live in a very small apartment. So the first disadvantage, they make sound a lot. If you live in a small apartment, good luck. At night, maybe even your neighbors will hear that sound of crickets. I don't like it. I can't sleep. I don't keep crickets in my apartment. While Turkish and dubia roaches can't hurt scorpion during a molt, where when scorpion is like the most vulnerable. When it's very easy to harm your scorpion. I haven't seen a case when dubia or Turkish roach hurt scorpion during a molt. But crickets and locusts, they can harm or maybe even eat your scorpion. Yeah, definitely. So first disadvantage. Second after the sound they make. And that's about it. I can't say about them being very valuable. I just don't use them because of these disadvantages. And number 4, so my favorite. I don't consider these two here as food. I consider them as a pet. Madagascar hissing roaches. I have 2 species here, and the first one here is Grandfatherina portentosa. So this is like, it's not the biggest hissing roach. I think there is one more bigger species, but it's a very big species. I moved them into a new tank recently. I will show them later. This is a glass tank, and I can observe their behavior here easily. And the second, which I keep here, this is Elliptorhina, so a smaller, more yellowish version of the hissing roach. Advantages of Madagascar hissing roach: big, juicy, it fits well for the biggest scorpion species, so you don't have to use multiple roaches as a meal, just one is enough. Disadvantages: keeping them can be tricky because they can climb glass or any surface, really. If you don't want them to escape, you have to use Vaseline at the very top. They can't go through the Vaseline layer. On the other hand, when they escape, it's pretty easy to catch them, as they don't really avoid human. It's not a Turkish cockroach that will escape and hide in the dark. You can easily cross them in your apartment. But still, better to keep them in closed tank rather than in your bathroom, for example. Just because they climb, they can avoid scorpion very well, because scorpion can't climb glass. So another disadvantage is honestly their cuteness. They're very cute animals, and I like to take them on my hand. They are hissing, they are making noises. When they fight inside the tank, I hear them. When they are scared, I hear them. This is a disadvantage, because when scorpion get them, they scream, they hiss, and this is a very sad. I gotta say, it's not pleasant for me to use them as a food, but sometimes I do that. No one wants to hear dying animal. No one normal. So it is a very sad show, but on the other hand, they will die anyway. So their juiciness is also a problem, because when scorpion won't eat everything and your cleaning crew won't start eating, they can smell very badly. Also, they will avoid scorpion, and you will just forget to take them. You will leave them there, they will die, they will start smelling, and the smell is very bad because they are very juicy. I've had at least 2 situations, like when I was near the enclosures and I was like, what's that smell? Dead Madagascar roach inside the tank. Just remove everything after scorpion meal, okay? So how to keep feeder roaches? You don't want your scorpion to eat unhealthy food, right? You want your scorpion to eat the best food, because you care about your scorpion. So you have to care about your roaches too. Sorry, dude. That's the routine. That's the way. Keep them in a clean condition. Feed them with the best food. Personally, I use carrots. This is like the main, because it's also juicy and contains water. So carrots at first, sometimes something different like banana, for example. But banana is quite easy to it rot easily inside the tank, so you gotta remove it pretty fast. I use pre-made powder. So I have this, for example. This is a bug bar, food for bugs from Terra quality. I don't know what it contains. Probably proteins and oats, something like that. Maybe something extra. And the water. I use water and hydrogel as well. Remember to remove leftover food after 24 to 48 hours because it will rot. And trust me, you do not want rotten food inside a roach enclosure because you care about your scorpion again, right? How to feed your scorpion with bug? Well, actually you have two ways. You can feed your scorpion by hand, not exactly by hand, but you can take your bug with the pincers here and serve. This is like from pincers to mouth option. I don't have a problem with that when it comes to bug scorpions. Other scorpions, well, depends on their mood. There are scorpions that eat very often and don't fast, but there are scorpions that are very picky sometimes. So if they are picky, you are putting your bug into a tank, container, terrarium, whatever, and just wait, see what your scorpion do. Leave it there for 24 hours, well, 48 hours maximum. If scorpion is not interested, validate, observe. Maybe the problem is with the fact that roach is hiding somewhere, just out of reach of the scorpion. Yeah. If this is the problem, remove the obstacle, obviously. If there is no reason and scorpion is just not hungry, remove the bug and try again in a week or two. Scorpion can survive without the food months. That's it. This is simple. Oh, they are fighting. What the fuck? That's it. Is it simple? It is not. I can tell you things, but there is experience that you have to gain, so you won't escape from the time, I guess. Time heal all the wounds. Time will make you learn, definitely. You will make tons of mistakes. Look at these beautiful roaches here. Are they big? Well, this is my hand. This is how big they are. Yeah. How they sound? Can we record that? They don't afraid of me. Yeah, this is how they sound. The smaller one, Elliptorchina. This guy, this is my finger. They scream more. Not this one. This one is not afraid of me. Again, don't make any sound. But they are a bit louder. Maybe this is I don't know. This is my opinion. These are louder than the bigger one. Like in the life, Shorter people are louder than bigger people. Look at this fellow. I like them. This is a pet. This is not a food. This is a pet. We have to stop giving you to the scorpions because I love you. Fantastic.